So far, we have talked about like why we have to make disciples of all nations. It was because a vision that we receive from God. It is not generated by me, it is not generated by you, it is from God. And I hope that you see how important it is. And then we also talk about the Holy Spirit and prayer that help us, that empower us to do this. So today, this message and the next one, tomorrow, I will be talking about like how we can actually go out to share the gospel. And one of the things that I think it is important for us to actually like not just waiting for the Holy Spirit to empower us, not just waiting for God to answer our prayer, is that we need faith. Now, faith, it is not just something in your heart. Faith is taking action. So as in the book of James said that, faith without action is dead. And we are not talking about that faith. We are talking about a faith that is alive. And I hope we all have that faith. So this morning we read about the story of Gideon, right? At the time, people were hiding. People were fearful. They planned a lot, but then the Midians, they came and they took away everything. I think it is a good illustration of this generation. We do a lot, but then what we receive spiritually seem to be limited. And sometimes I think in this world, in this generation, there are many Christians that are fearful and hiding. They try not to discuss with other people about what they believe. They hide their true identity. So to me, I feel like that this generation is very much like the generation of Gideon. So, so this morning you read, one day an angel of God came to Gideon and he called. Now, I use a different English word. So it depends on the English version that you read. So, but I in here, I call this, God called him mighty warrior. And so we all know what was his response. It is not a cartoon, but yeah, but his response was basically, "What? You call me mighty warrior? Don't you see that I'm hiding? I do not have any strength." And he thought that he should not be called a mighty warrior. And yet, eventually, he decided to accept that role that God assigned to him. And what a mighty salvation that he has delivered for the country of Israel, right? And this morning, some brothers and sisters in our group shared, one of the things that they share is about the enemy. They are like what? They are like locusts. And I guess many of us have not seen locusts before, right? Not me personally. But what happened when locusts pass through? They destroy everything. And And can you destroy the locust? Okay, just one. Okay. And then, to be honest, I feel like that the locust is very difficult to destroy. Basically, they destroy themselves. Not that you destroy them. But then Gideon was able to deliver the Israelites from the Midians. And I find this story especially amazing because you know that we have a group of brothers and sisters called what? Okay. How do you feel about calling yourself or being called mighty warriors? Do you feel the same way that Gideon felt when he was called mighty warrior? Think about it. It is not just a name. When Gideon truly accepts what God sees in him, now, usually in most situations, what people see themselves is quite different from what God sees them. I should not say in most situations. I think in all situations, what God sees in you is quite different from what we see in us. And in most situations, usually God sees more in us than we see ourselves. Right? So that was why at the time, Gideon did not see himself as a mighty warrior, but God called him a mighty warrior. Now, after you finish the whole story, do you agree that Gideon was actually a mighty warrior? But that was before everything happened. God already called him a mighty warrior. Because God did not see you as who you are now. God sees you as who you will be also. He sees you in totality, not just the present moment. We see ourselves based on what happened in the past and what we see ourselves now. And we project this into the future. And that is who you see yourself. But that is not the way that God sees us. And I hope that we all truly believe in God. So I encourage you, especially those who are in mighty warrior, be a mighty warrior. Don't just be a mighty warrior in name. Well, imagine, like when the Israelites have one mighty warrior, what happened? They defeat a locust of enemies. Now, how many mighty warriors do we have? 8? Yes. Wow. Imagine, we have 8 mighty warriors. What can we do? Henry, what can we do?
Disciple all nations, so
All nations, right? Not just Israel.
people to God in different nations.
Right. So, brothers and sisters, I hope you truly see hope. Right? Today, when you look at them, you may see them as like the Gideon before he became a mighty warrior. Yeah. So we see Brandon, we see Isabel. Okay. You are just Isabel. But in God's eyes, you are a mighty warrior. For us to step out, to really make disciples from all nations, I feel like that one of the things that prevent us from doing this is fears. There are many things that we are fear of. We fear being rejected, especially like such nice person as ours, that we want to be accepted by everyone. We are afraid that people will reject us. Now, if you fear that, you will not be able to become a mighty warrior, right? Also, sometimes we feel embarrassing when you are talking to people and they ignore you. You feel embarrassed. What is embarrassment? What is embarrassment? Embarrassment is just a feeling, right? It doesn't matter in eternity. Do you feel like that when you go to heaven? Oh, you still remember, wow, that time was really embarrassing. No, we will not. And sometimes we fear that we do not know enough. We do not know what to do. That is why we do not do it. We wait until we know for sure. We feel like that we know enough. Think about the story of Gideon. Did he know how he could save the Israelites when he first started? He did not. He just go, right? And sometimes I think faith requires to do that also. And what is faith? Faith means that acting when God calls us. So I hope that, as I said, faith without action is dead. So the true faith is that you act when God calls you. So I feel like that God is speaking to us many ways. Now that time, God speak to Gideon through an angel, right? And nowadays, how do God speak to us? First, I think He speaks to us through the Bible. Like, go, make disciples of all nations. I think it is unambiguous as it can be, right? You have no doubt. You do not, maybe that is just for someone else, okay? Or maybe that just means that if possible, or maybe it means that when you have time, don't add conditions to a already very clear statement. And also, God speaks to us through our circumstances. There are situations that we can feel that God is guiding us, leading us. So recently I shared about you know that in our church we have a monthly outreach event, and it is on the fourth Saturday of the month. And recently we a person came to join our outreach. So her name is Anne. And if you know that, she just okay. One day she walked in, and I still remember that. So that day I did not know she was there. It was Virginia told me that, oh, someone come to join our meeting, and she is a Caucasian, and I still haven't seen her yet. Okay, so then eventually she come down, I think from the ground level to the basement, and then I start sitting with her, and eventually, basically she told me that someone told her that, oh, there's a church that you may want to join, and she did not remember the name of the church.
Church of God.
Yeah, now from her description, I think she may, now I'm not sure. You know that there are multiple Church of God, right? So it may not be us.
Yes.
And from her description, I think it was not us. But then anyway, she did not remember the full name, did not remember where it is. she just can't vaguely remember it was somewhere in downtown. So she go online, and then she found our website, and then see, oh, this is our meeting time, and this is our meeting page. So she came, right? And for those who are in Living Spain, so when I first joined Living Spain, I told them that one of the vision that I have is that I hope that we are able to build a stronger English ministry. When I say stronger, I do not only mean that we have more English speaking people, but I hope that we can expand to other people of other races. Because like you know that we have an English ministry, right? And everyone in our English ministry are Chinese. Right. I think that is not normal. I do not mean that Chinese should not speak English, but I mean when we are doing an English ministry, we are trying to reach out to people. I think we are reaching out to people of different race. So, but then, do we have any clue? Like, where can we start? I think we have no clue. We just start from what we have now. And to me, the appearance of Anne is a sign from God. And some may think that, oh, it is just a coincidence. He just like somehow stepped into our church. How can you be sure that is a sign from God? Well, I think I have better support, better proof than Paul. Remember, so one time when Paul was preaching, and he was preaching in what nowadays we call Turkey. And then God stopped him. He felt that God stopped him from preaching in that area. And he was puzzling. And one night he had a dream. And in the dream, he saw a Macedonian. And the Macedonian asked him, oh, come over to Macedonia to help us. So Paul, after that dream, how did he consider that dream? He thought that, oh, it was God telling me that you should go to Macedonia. So he started going to Macedonia. And that started the whole ministry in Europe. And I feel like that, well, he only have a dream. I have a real person. Which one is a stronger proof? Right? So I feel like that I am not like over imagining myself. I really feel that God is helping us, guiding us, speaking to us. So I think in our life, there are many circumstances that God is speaking to us, but sometimes we just dismiss it as okay, it may be just a coincidence. One is too small a number. What number is smaller than one? Zero. Yeah. So do we need like we want more and more and more. But how many more is enough? I feel like that one is good enough for me. And I hope that you are more sensitive to God speaking to you through circumstances. And also, God speaks to our hearts. And besides the Holy Spirit, God also speaks to our hearts. And I hope that you feel that how He is guiding you. And do not dismiss it. I feel like that we are so easily dismissed what God speaks to us through our heart. And when God speaks to us, I hope that we take action. Now, faith also means that you act before you're feeling ready and safe. Sometimes we know that, oh, God is calling me, I should go. But then I feel that I am not ready to go. I still have so many questions that I do not have answer. Therefore, I am not ready. Or sometimes we feel like that, oh, it is unsafe. Now, to be honest, there are places in the world that may not be safe. But what do we Christians do? Do we find the safest place for ourselves and then live our life, live our full life, and hope that one day when I reach the age of 67, I retire, and then I live to the average life of an Asian man to like 94? Now, that is not what we are looking for. We are looking for to fulfill God's mission for us. So sometimes we do things that are not ready and we do not feel safe. So I remember I shared to like a couple of years ago, I went to Poland when the war between Russia and Ukraine started. And I remember one brother asked me, have you guys really planned this? And I told him, no. The war just started. How did we have time to plan for this? I did not even do any research on Poland. And the city that I went to, you know which city I went to? The name of the city is called Krakow. Now, maybe it is my ignorance. To be honest, I did not know that city before I even go there. And then I had to start searching for flight tickets to Krakow, right? And do I have at least some basic knowledge of Polish? No, I could not even say one word. And I do not even know all the letters in Polish. I think they have 28 letters, something like that. I don't remember exactly. Even today, I still cannot speak Polish. And then I go, even though I did not have any do not have any plan. I did not have done any research on it. I go because this is the core of the moment. People are dying, and you basically say that, okay, hold on, let me do my research. Let me make sure that I have 100% safe plan before I go. I could not find myself doing that just because of the fact that people are dying every day. So I went. And of course, there are multiple incidents. Like that time when I went there, well, because you know that I'm kind of a cheap person. So I find the cheapest tickets to go there. So instead of going to Krakow, I was going to a nearby city because it is so much cheaper flying there than flying to Krakow. And then I will have to find a transportation, go to Krakow. Even though I did not know any Polish, even though I have never been, actually, not only I have never been to Poland, I have never been to Europe before that. Yeah. And then I decided to try. And then, you know what? Yeah, I fly there safely. But then the first bus that I took was the wrong bus and sent me to a wrong place. Huh? How do I know? Because I have Google Map. I should be going that direction. How come I'm going here? So I was not prepared, but I was not dumb. And then, so I will have to, okay, I will have to figure out a way on the fly how to get to the place where I should be going. So I I talk to people on the bus, and now because I do not have internet connection, I was not able to use Google Translate. So I was trying to talk to them. I use my English. They try to understand my English, and they use their Polish, and I try to understand their Polish, right? But then God is true, and He was able to guide me to where I should be going, even though I have never, I know nothing about that place. And to be honest, I feel like that many of their city, their names seems to be so similar. I'm not sure. Like if I miss one letter, I may be going to a completely different city. But faith is to take action even before you feel that you are ready, even you feel that you are safe. I hope that in this generation, or especially among us, we try to do things the safe way. Yeah, we already have a safe way here. Yeah, it is a supermarket. We do not need any more safe way. We need faith. So I encourage you, start talking to people. Even though before you know what to say. Remember, I told you, the Holy Spirit, when we are talking to people, when we are sharing the gospel to other people, He will give you words. Believe in Him. Inviting your friends to come to church, even though you may feel like that, oh, he doesn't look like the kind that will go to church. And if you heard what I shared last Saturday, so I share my story. And when when the brother who eventually led me to believe in Jesus invited me to go to church, at the time I was reading a book. The title of the book is called God is Dead. And then he was like, I am forever grateful that he was brave enough to oppose a person like me who was not the friendliest people in the world and who was reading a book that is directly against what he believed. And he invited me. And this is what happened. So trust in God. God uses people who are ready, who are available. So God did not use the most talented people. So you do not have to be very talented. And you do not have to be very confident. But one thing, it is required, is that you are willing. Ask yourself, am I willing? Do not wait for yourself to be confident enough to do before you do this. And I hope that I do not know how you see this world. It is just like the disciples when they went with Jesus to Samaria. They saw that, well, those people are hostile to Jews. But Jesus saw that the harvest is ready, is ripe. And I hope that you see in the world around you, you see many open doors for you to preach the gospel. Instead of seeing impossibility, no, this person will not be believing in God. This area, I should not be sharing gospel. There are many places, school, social media. I know many of you are expert in social media. Like I talked to Yuki, she used Discord. And I have never used Discord before. I know that there are many experts here, right? Yeah. I know that many people create this social media so that they can reap the benefit from it. And the benefit is that they can make money out of it, right? And we can use it to reap our benefit. Is to share gospel to other people. I know that sometimes people, you make friends on the internet. I am not discouraging you to not to do that, but I encourage you, share what you believe, even in social media. Your friend, they are a ready field for you. I always believe that they become your friend, not for no reason. God allowed this, and I hope that you also see God has moved that person to you. Your work, your family, they are all possible field for you. Sometimes we feel like that, oh, it is too difficult. I hope you do not see it that way. What should I do? I hope that pray that you see many open doors. And pray to have the faith to take action instead of just planning. And take action, trying to start talking to people, share about your experience, share about gospel, and invite them to church. Now, we do not have time for group discussion, but one thing I encourage you to think about it. I will be sending out these PowerPoints for your reference. Think about it. So what fears do you think commonly stop you and stop other Christians from sharing their faith? And what can you take? What can you do this month so that you can take action to start sharing the gospel? Okay, so